really good, and he's obviously seen all of these bad matchups before.
We got the Unk bracket today.
The unction.
The Unction.
I
I think
think
these are two of our oldest players. No, no shade. Raw is
that's
law.
crazy.
That's a crazy
Couldn't
tag.
tell.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
fire.
yeah, and here, as you can see, a super floaty character such as
Jesus.
Dedede is going to get those up air combos.
Yeah.
A character such as Falco has some of the best upwards mobility in the game with the speed that he is able to gain from his combos as he sends them up into the stratosphere. However, D3 Will able to get back down despite the floatiness of his character and rack up some damage right now. I mean, 86% versus Dedede is kind of good. However, as such a heavy character, it's going to take a lot more than that to kill him. I thought right there that D3 Will was going to go for a shield break, but I think he's kind of teasing it.
Yeah. Getting a heavy to high percent is kind of like getting a normal character to mid percent. So
Yeah.
definitely still some more work to be done from David Jones. And speaking of work, that back air just did so much work. D3 Will taking the lead there out of nowhere, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a character such as Falco in this matchup, you kind of sacrifice you sacrifice your weight for being able to find damage, especially versus a heavy character. However, this rage is just going to make D3 Will kill him sooner, already getting sent off stage. And okay, yeah, that's going to take the first stock right there for David Jones. I like that David Jones is able to use his side B off stage in order to come back and get some damage and send D3 Will into one of his combo starters. But it's going to be a lot, and I feel like D3 Will is going to have an answer to that, specifically with... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like the last thing that you want to do is give DDD the lead. It just kind of becomes a different game. Where like DDD is not a good character, but once you kind of put him in a position where you have to approach him, and he has Gordo and he has all that stuff, it's so difficult. But as we can see, David Jones actually finding a lead here. Gonna get an up throw and an up air.
Did that up air take the stock?
I have
did
no
not.
clue. Our screen is
okay.
black right now.
No, it did not take the stock. However, really great stuff right there from David Jones. It'll just take him...
Oh,
but
my
that
God.
dash attack, I was
Dash
not
attack.
expecting to see the dash attack reach that far from all the way off stage. But, you know, when you don't have the invincibility frames, a lot of stuff is going to kill you, especially versus a character such as Dedede.
I can't lie. That like second dash attack like on the tech chase, that was troll. He was
Yeah, I think
He's
I
trying to
think
get
he
into
knew
his
what
head
he was
low
doing
key.
that. Okay, the Firebird off stage is probably an unfortunate spot to
Oh.
be. The down smash at ledge not going
Can he
to
make
kill
it back?
just yet. Yeah,
Whoa.
it was that timing and spacing, you know, going to do a lot of the heavy lifting here for D3 Will. And that side, okay, yeah. That side B was really good bait right there from David Jones, able to find that opening and take another stock. However, he is at a very high percentage right now versus a super heavy with early kill potential. David Jones needs to play a really awesome game in order to get this first game off of D3 Will.
Yeah, Falco, definitely the character to do it. D3 Will already at 57, 64. The percent just keeps climbing. 73, 82. It just keeps going up. The way that David Jones is able to find these little combos and just stay. Oop.
Unfortunately, sat in shield way too long and took it off. I think something that would be interesting to see for game 2. I think David Jones played a very safe game, but I think he needs to start going for some things that might be a little more unsafe versus with Falco, because with a character such as Dedede, I think you need to find those early kill openings, and even like if you can find something that works once, like use that. Even if it'll only work once, and you know you can't go for that again. So like I think it would be cool to see him like call out the floatiness of Dedede with a Firebird. I think that would be really awesome to see. However, like that's a very precise input, and you know, when you're down a game, it's hard to make those risky decisions, but it might be what we need to see.
I feel like the longer that you keep DDD alive, just the harder it gets. Like, D3 Will is obviously used to being at these high percents. I'm sure his DI is going to be on point every time you try to kill him. And I saw earlier that he was definitely DIing the Falco throws right down and in
Yep.
just to avoid the second laser. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, regardless of that, David Jones, as you can see, demonstrating his knowledge of his character, able to get this quick damage, however, finding himself right now off stage, able to avoid that dash attack that killed him earlier, and now able to send him into an up throw with the following up with a back air, sending D3 Will into disadvantage right where he wants him off stage. D3 Will able to follow up with an up air like that, sending him to the center of the stage, looking for the fair and not going to take it, but that is absolutely going to take it. If I were David Jones, I would not have shielded either because of the potential shield break, but D3 Will got the stock regardless.
All right. Up air, not going to find the back air right there. D3 Will is going to keep living, and this is just where it becomes so difficult. This is where it starts spiraling out of control when you play Dedede. If you don't find this stock now, he will eat you alive. Like, literally, that's what he does. So, see if David Jones can find anything on this ledge trap. The parry and the back throw. This is, once again, just a ledge trap situation.
Trying to stick the Gordo to the ledge, however, D3 Will isn't able to get it, and you saw David Jones able to find the advantage and able to take that stock, however, not without a high percentage. So now D3 Will has not a lot to do before he takes this next stock, finding himself in disadvantage, however, David Jones trying to get this and finding himself up over D3 Will, not necessarily where you want to be. That was such a precise such a precise input right there from D3 Will, able to find that and take another stock. Those, again, like you said, those back-to-back dash attacks are a little greedy, but you can see, okay, what?
All right, and the taunt?
Yeah, all right.
David Jones, get bodied.
David Jones kind of feeling himself going into this combo.
Yeah.
It's good to see this confidence from him. He is down percentage-wise, however, and a game, but it would be a really interesting comeback to see him if he were to take this stock.
Yeah, just taking his time, looking for another opening. That up tilt just barely going to whiff. Kind of a missed opportunity here, but he's going to find another one. Evening out the percents just about.
Evening out the percents, however, they are not even right now when you are playing a super heavy, such as Dedede.
Yeah, ooh, that's a great find with that tech chase nair.
Great find, able to send D3 Will into disadvantage, possibly subjecting him to another up air ladder. However, that nair is going to come out swinging right there from D3 Will. David Jones trying to find whatever opening he can, sending him up into disadvantage yet again, looking for another ladder, and that up tilt is going to take it for D3 Will. What a valiant effort from David Jones.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like this is going to be one of those sets that, like, you review later and you're like, how did that happen? It's like kind of one of the perplexing ones. Like, I feel like David Jones, a lot of the time, was kind of finding these openings, finding this percent, being in the lead a lot of the time. But then